A campaign 2020 where presidential hopeful Joe Biden could be eyeing two California women as his potential running mate. KPIX 5's Devin Fehely on who is getting the attention.
The names of nearly a dozen women have been floated as possible vice presidential picks for Joe Biden. Now, notably, there are two Californians on that list, one whose name has been in the conversation almost from the beginning, and another that has only emerged recently.
Joe Biden's promise to pick a woman as his VP has sparked weeks of speculation, with two Californians, Senator Kamala Harris and Congresswoman Karen Bass, emerging from a crowded field as potential frontrunners.
He's going to be challenged to find someone who will fire up the base, speak to the need that both presidential candidates are in their 70s, and most importantly, someone who can help him work through the moment of COVID virus as well as racism in America.
Biden is considering several women of color, including Harris and Bass and Stacey Abrams of Georgia, Congresswoman Val Demings of Florida, and former National Security Advisor Susan Rice, as well as other female candidates like Senator Elizabeth Warren and Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
There are a lot of qualified women. There are definitely a lot of qualified women of color, not the least of which is Kamala Harris.
Harris clashed with Biden during the debates but endorsed him once she dropped out of the race herself. She would bring her experience in the Senate as well as her time as California's Attorney General to the table. But political analysts say don't overlook Congresswoman Bass, a five-term representative from Southern California, former Speaker of the House in California, and leader of the Congressional Black Caucus.
I think it would be a mistake to potentially discount the strength that Karen Bass can bring to the ticket, particularly within the black community, but she has reach even outside of the black community. She is a very well-rounded, solid VP pick.
So who's the front runner? It's really hard to say. It seems to be something that shifts with the political winds, and with the emergence of the pandemic and weeks of protests and unrest, it's still something that's being sorted out. In San Jose, Devin Fehely, KPIX 5.